The clock is ticking and the Charleston mayoral elections are fast approaching. We are happy to welcome back Charleston City Councilman and mayoral candidate Peter Shahid. Peter, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to ask you, being on City Council, what issues have you been privy to and how do you plan to address those?
Well, several issues we've been dealing with. One is affordable housing, one is public safety, and of course stormwater issues.
Yeah, and now crime is a top priority for you, public safety.
Yes.
What are the main issues that we're seeing and how do you plan to take those on?
Well, I think it's came to a head with the riots back in May of 2020. Yeah. Some shootings on King Street, some shootings on Short Street. And then if you go to the entertainment district at nighttime, particularly over the weekend, you'll see this area that has become, I think, rather dangerous and actually kind of scary to hang around.
Okay, and this is in the entertainment district?
Yes,
Okay, and so with these issues that we're facing, what will you implement to make this better?
So last night I commented that King Street is like a tale of two cities. In the daytime, we have folks who are patronizing these restaurants, these businesses, these hotels. Everything's lively and a lot of activity going on. At nighttime, particularly on the weekends, it's a different story. We see the police out there holding vigil. Yeah. We see one side of the street closed to traffic, stadium lights out there. It's just not a very healthy environment. And when you talk to the police officers who are stationed out there, they know that there's a lot of low-level crime taking place, drugs, guns, things of that nature. So we have to change the whole conversation first by just recognizing there's a problem. And Mayor Tecklenburg doesn't believe there's a problem out there. He mentioned that even last night. So the second thing is you just need to start implementing ways of addressing that crime, prosecuting those cases quickly, getting them off the docket. I know how to do that as a former federal prosecutor, to just get those crimes addressed and resolved quickly. That would be the first step I would do.
And when you say low-level crime, do you feel like some of these issues have been pushed off because they're considered low-level?
Yeah, I think some part of that is true, but also when being low level, they don't hit the top priority that other more serious crimes taking place. The Charleston Police Department is doing a great job. Yeah. It's not on them. They're doing their job. They're doing what needs to be done to make the arrests and do the investigations. It's after that happens, we need to move those cases much quickly through our court system.
And now something that you say on your website is you want to stop the current direction Charleston is going. So if we continued on the path we're going, what would that look like for us? Well,
you look at our outlying areas, in particular Daniel Island, Johns Island, and even parts of West Ashley. The number of permits that have been approved for development taking place over there is going to overwhelm our infrastructure, overwhelm our roads, people getting back and forth. So we need to hit the pause button. I can't do anything with what has already been approved, but we can hit the pause button and start using smart decisions on how growth is going to be managed and where that growth is going to take place.
Yeah, and now speaking of growth, you know, Charleston is known for its history.
Yes.
So how would you plan to, you know, continue to preserve the history, but also fostering the growth that is happening?
Well, I think that we have a very healthy and vibrant tourism industry here in Charleston. The folks who are involved in that, the CVB, the Explore Charleston, and the folks who are involved in the industry do a wonderful job of promoting Charleston and addressing that. But we need to make sure that our streets are safe. Yeah. If they're not safe, folks are not going to come here to Charleston. And then we have to handle some of the other issues, making sure the streets are clean, making sure traffic is moving smoothly, make sure King Street is always vibrant. Those are the issues that we need to be addressing.
And now another thing that is a passion of yours is you want to continue recreation study plan. You want to build an aquatic center.
Yes.
Can you tap into that a little bit?
Well, so think of what is the basic services that a city is supposed to give to its residents. And we're supposed to pick up the trash, you know, make sure we have good fire protection, make sure we have good police protection. But also the recreation is a strong component. People want to have something to do. We have a very good recreation department, and our director is very dedicated, and she does what she can with the limited resources that's made available to her. So this recreation bond is going to provide us with needed funds for an aquatic center. But we live by water.
Yeah.
We live by the ocean. We
do.
should have that as a top priority. And our facilities are limited on where people can swim. So we need to improve some of the pools we have, particularly in West Ashley, add more parks, add more playgrounds, and upgrade a lot of the facilities that we have throughout the city. Daniel Island has just one major recreation facility, and they're busting at the seams.
Yeah. Now, Peter, where can our viewers go and learn more about where you stand and how to support you?
They can go to peterformayor.com and look at our website, and we'll be glad to answer any questions and be in contact with them.
Wonderful, Peter. Well, we'll put all that information down below. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
We're back after this.